Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allincrypto here, and welcome back, guys, for another daily cryptocurrency market update. If you are new around here, every single day at 1 p.m. UK time, we drop an update just like this one to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening within the crypto space and also the broader markets. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. We are going to be hearing from the former president of the New York Stock Exchange talking about right now what his views are on the crypto space as he actually is now becoming a player, an exchange. He's facilitating the bullish exchange. I think he also bought a little bit of CoinDesk, I believe. We're going to listen to what his views are on where the crypto space is right now and where it's going. That's what we're going to be doing for the probably majority of this video. I think there's not a lot left for us to say that hasn't already been said on the markets. And we've gained a huge following this year, given how accurate we've been on not just Bitcoin, but the stock market, things like gold, and of course the dollar. 2023 has been a great year for us. We've largely got the markets very right. The next part of that journey is about to begin. And you guys will know that we have a very bullish outlook based on not just one reason, multiple, macro, micro, technical, and of course, everything in between. So roll on 2024. 2023 is not over yet. We think it's going to have a bit of a higher end than where it currently is across all markets. We're seeing a lot of things now popping up in the stock market that's confirming earlier things that we've looked at. And of course, Bitcoin is doing exceptionally well. So what we're going to do to start the video off is we're going to be playing a clip of the former president of the New York Stock Exchange, giving his opinions and views on the crypto space right now, the market really as a whole. Then we're going to be diving into Bitcoin, having a look at it technically. It's having a bit of a break as we expected. But I don't think you want to wait around and be a penny pincher in regards to the market that we're now in, which is an uptrending one. Take advantage of pullbacks, play it by ear, and look for weakness to DCA into. And then we're going to be talking about actually the week ahead. We have GDP coming up for the United States. We also had a record broken for Black Friday sales, up 7.5% from the prior year. And I think that this is really where we fundamentally disagreed on with the bears, is our outlook on the economy and understanding that rates lag and the shitstorm is going to come later on. And we've got a kind of grace period, a window of opportunity is what we termed it going into 2023 for us to sort of make money, hopefully, as investors. But let's start the video off, as promised, with a clip from the former president of the New York Stock Exchange, who is now, I believe, an owner or part owner of CoinDesk and also owns Bullish Exchange. Very interesting. Let's take a listen.
But no, seriously, part of it is this guy ran the New York, crypto bulls. Right. This guy ran the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah. He's all in on Bitcoin and crypto now, right? They use that as a, just kind of credibility. Right. For that asset.
A year ago, like my father was looking at me saying, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You ran the New York Stock Exchange.
Where did I go wrong?
And now you're in crypto. And crypto had lost its mind a little bit. It was all about fraud coins and monkey drawings and fraud hero worship. And I took some breaks. I took some new hobbies.
They were
like
apes.
Gardening.
I believe they were apes. I don't think they were
apes.
Are apes monkeys?
There were monkeys as well. There were both.
And vampires
at that time. Yeah. But I doubled down, Joe, because I think first of all, I think it's already coming back, and I'm making a bet.
Well, that's what you're saying about this acquisition. Is that for the next bull run in crypto, you want to have CoinDesk as like a media arm of your company, because the bull run is already starting. Yeah, in your view.
In my view, the bull run's already started. I make no promises how long it'll continue or to what extent, but the winners in this next wave will be well-run, trusted companies that are adult, that are compliant. CoinDesk is a great example of that. They are, present company excluded, they are the go-to source for crypto news. They broke the Sam Bankman-Fried story.
What would you do if you were like the dog chasing the FTX bus and you actually caught it? What would happen? Is that going to happen?
So, thanks for asking. I anticipated that possibly you would. As you might expect, I'm limited with respect to what I can say contractually. But look, we are hanging around the rim with FTX. A lot of creditors got hurt very badly. I'll give you a quick anecdote. I was in Hong Kong 2 months ago, and one gentleman I was out with, great guy, told me a story where he went out on his balcony and thought about ending his life because he had lost his entire life savings in FTX. This was a one-on-one story to me. So if we can help creditors, we will. It's unclear, but from what I can see from the public information, the estate here is running a very good process. They're bringing in a lot of assets for the estate. And yeah, that's really all I can say in terms of our involvement. You have to pass a rigorous set of standards.
You know all these people in charge of whether there's a spot ETF. You know them all. They all trust you and they all know you from your prior life. What the hell is happening? Is it something that's going to happen next year? Is it going to be 2025? What's the deal? What's the problem?
I'm not gonna give you a specific date. I guess I'm a little less optimistic of the immediacy of an approval. In other words, like November or even December. The current chairman and the SEC have said that they believe that pretty much everything in crypto, with the exception of Bitcoin, sometimes Ethereum, and possibly stablecoins, are securities. And that securities, at least in the United States, need to trade on a nationally recognized exchange, and they do not today. And I think these two issues at the moment are interwoven. That doesn't mean they can't be decoupled, but I think there's a view that, hey, if these don't trade on an exchange, how do we know that the underlying prices are trustworthy? The thing about Bitcoin that gives me some optimism is everyone acknowledges Bitcoin is not a security, including the regulators. So possibly the Bitcoin ETF does go ahead more quickly, which would be great for the industry, because money will flood into the industry with the Bitcoin ETF. It's just easy to buy. People believe in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be here. Bitcoin's a great invention. It just is. It is a store of value. I know it's volatile. It is a store of value.
Some people think it's a discovery, not an invention. It was already there. It was always there.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that. You've been on Bitcoin.
Of course.
You've been on Bitcoin since the earliest days.
We have it, folks. Former president of the New York Stock Exchange saying that he thinks with an ETF, which we already knew, we've been showing the correlation between gold and Bitcoin in regards to when gold had its ETF, and even the S&P, which most people forget, very similar, way before an ETF was even sort of gone after by BlackRock and everything else. But 2024 is setting up to be a great year. Okay, not only are we going to have the first crypto spot exchange traded product, or I shouldn't say that, ETF, because we have the likes of what Grayscale are doing, which is an exchange traded product, and certainly CoinShares. That's going to be huge for the industry as a whole. They've also looked to facilitate that with Ethereum. I actually think that now they've got Binance out the way, they are going to absolutely propel, or now they've put their own agent into Binance. They are going to rocket this entire industry. And like that's going to happen in 2024. We did something the other day where we looked at presidential elections that have been brought to 2024. And remember, it's election year next year. They aren't going to want any crashes around, that time of year that's going to cause any kind of unrest or go against them. I wonder what's going to happen in 2025, which is when we're expecting a crash. Very interesting that you've had a number of elections around the world that have been brought forward to 2024 for various different reasons. But all converging around the same kind of date. This is the former president of the New York Stock Exchange that is talking about why he's bullish on crypto, why he thinks it's going to do well, where he thinks it's going, the fact that it's coming back. He thinks the bull market is here. This is all stuff that we've been looking at for months now and been very accurate on. Remember, our call to get back into Bitcoin occurred on the 5th of January, and it's done literally spectacularly since. And we do assess the entire market has indeed broken out. This is everything, the crypto total market cap, which it's at a measly $1.4 trillion. And if you go down the ranks, you can see that your altcoins really are on the verge of getting going. You haven't seen anything yet for altcoins, ladies and gentlemen, and we've just dropped for our Patreons a number 4 AI picks. The convergence of AI and blockchain, it's like a slingshot. Both of them are going to do well, but there's this kind of real opportunity, I think, in AI and crypto. So our views on the market haven't changed. Dollar is now starting to roll. Let's see if it comes to this lower band and we get that full-blown bull market into a shitstorm likely coming in 2025, latter end of 2024. We were very right on looking at this and saying, okay, this could be a turning point. Significant candle here, spinning, shooting star into further continuation. And we said risk is going to be adversely correlated with this, which it has absolutely been. So a strong market by all accounts. I wouldn't be too greedy with Bitcoin. It is taking a little bit of rest as we were expecting it to do so, having run into its first little bit of volume. Let's just show you that for anybody that's new to the channel and finding us for the first time. It's your first little chunk of volume. You know, you're having a bit of a rest, just like you did down here. You might take a little bit longer to consolidate, or you're just going to blast straight through it. And certainly the run up towards the end of the year with the Santa Claus rally and everything is a rather bullish environment. Onto some more sort of macro stuff. Really, the main thing for me happening next week is Eurozone inflation, of course. We've got Chicago PMIs, and we've got US GDP. So expectations to be 4.9, which actually isn't bad at all. And on the topic of GDP, we had Black Friday sales this weekend, setting a record of $9.8 billion in the United States. Online sales up 7.5% from last year. That is not the sign of a slowing down economy. The economy is, in certain areas, slowing. It will potentially come to a bit more of a halt. But once all the refinances are taking place at a higher rate, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, please go and give that a watch, because we looked at a number of things. One really important thing was government debt and how it's just at this inflection point, and we listened to Ray Dalio warning about it and everything in between. So that's really all I've got for you guys. You could be looking at a bullish week ahead, or Bitcoin may want to take a bit of a longer break. Take advantage of this. We now think this is an uptrend. Remember, do your own due diligence. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or do in this channel is financial advice. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Have a smashing Sunday, guys. See you in the next one.